drinks, let the chatter flow. Life in crypto where dreams will grow. Stories wild from old to new. No rules here, just me and you. Crypto and cocktails under the sky. Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. NFTs and blockchain spin the tale. Riding waves or a moonlit sail. Decoding chaos with a drunken cheer. Friends that matter always near. Raise your glass to the highs and lows. To whisper truths that nobody knows. The world's a gamble, don't play it straight. Here's to the stories we all create. Crypto and cocktails under the sky. Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. Shake the vodka, stir the gin. Count your gains before they thin. Life and crypto, they're intertwined. Lost and found in the sands of time. Crypto and cocktails under the sky. Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. Shake the vodka, stir the gin. Count your gains before they thin. Life and crypto, they're intertwined. Lost and found in the sands of time.
Welcome to Crypto and Cocktails, the not safe for work podcast where you can expect mature themes, degenerate subject matter, where no financial advice is ever given. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? How's it going,
That
Jen?
had some sexy vibes to it. I know.
I know, right?
Like, I don't know what prompts you used, if that was like an AI sort of generated, you know what I mean? But like, it was legit. Like, I have to give you like a lot of credit for that one.
The
thing was
gotta
on
set
fire.
the vibe, right?
It was.
You gotta set the vibe. You gotta set the vibe.
You
How is
did.
everybody tonight?
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm actually really excited that we're doing this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I gotta be honest, these are my favorite. You know, I was just talking about this, how you get a little bit of break of, you know, I'm talking within the same ecosystem all the time. I get to talk to new partners and stuff, which is always exciting. Don't get me wrong, but it's nice to sometimes just branch out and talk to new people. And like, I was just speaking about this, but you know, about a year ago, we had a show that went like 3.5 hours and we were talking about Ripple. We were talking about all sorts of things that I've never talked about. Well, I mean, I haven't talked about for 3 years on a show. So Well, not really on a show, but you know what I'm saying, right? So it's just
Fun.
you
It's
never know
fun
where
to
it goes.
just get out of your norm, and just kind of shoot the shit, really. Sip a cocktail, shoot the shit, and just talk about the industry. It's so nice to see Django's face.
I
Hey,
know.
hey, Jason. How are you?
How are
Yeah, good.
you?
I'm
I'm
Okay, I
good.
great,
can't
man.
see. Is
How are
this
you?
Minnesota behind the crypto and cocktails tag
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Yep.
Minnesota, good to see you. Well, I don't see you, but good
Yeah.
talking to
That's
you
my
again.
dog. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Good to see you. It's been a
Awesome.
long time. Missing some of the
Yeah.
original OG, some of the OGs from Crypto and Cocktails are missing.
Well, I was this close to having Jordy, but he was like, "Man, it's just too late. I can't do it at the last minute." And I totally understood because he'd be getting up, I think, at 3 a.m. I think he said, and he's like, "I gotta
Yeah.
get up at 7 with the girl." So, yeah, it's too early. But Canuck's gonna show up.
Oh, no
And so
way.
yeah, he's coming. He's coming. He's hiding. Well, I hope his kids aren't listening, but he's hiding Easter eggs right now. So
Sweet.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Very sweet.
yeah, he'll come and we'll see if he's like grumpy Canuck or if he's happy Canuck. So,
Depends on how
Maybe
far
Canuck.
down and like his drink is. Has he gotten anywhere yet, or is he just ready? Maybe that'll.
Yeah.
When I ran the bar, that was it. People would come in, they'd be all super grumpy because they just got out of work and it was a long day, and then all of a sudden they're done with their first beer or their first cocktail, and they're like, "Jen, and then it's like good vibes."
So I've been waiting for like 3 weeks and they never came through because we were supposed to have this on the stream. So I guess, I'm drinking this with you guys in spirit.
Really?
I saw that replay. I heard, was it Joshua that was supposed to come through with champagne? Yes.
That is champagne you were expecting.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cheers, guys. I'm starting.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, I have a tequila and water. Cheers. Django, you having your coffee?
Yeah, I have a coffee already. It's too late. So I have a kind of rice water. Yeah.
Nice. Minnesota, you have your camera off for a reason.
Coffee.
You're not drinking with us, are you?
No, coffee.
Yeah. Coffee? All right, I can't be a
Coffee.
hater. I love coffee.
I made a Vietnamese coffee today, Django. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I used to go to a Vietnamese restaurant on like Main Street in the city, 25 minutes south of ours. And they had this great Vietnamese coffee. And so I would always try to peep to see, what coffee they'd use and what kind of condensed milk. And so I knew what kind of coffee. It was called Café du Monde, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was in like a tin, like that you would open with a can opener.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a feeling that I would find it one day at like an Asian market. And finally I did. And I bought it and I made it for the first time today. And it was like bang on, just like it was there. And it was so good. I did it hot today.
Can I ask
I'm gonna
you
do
a
a cold
question?
one.
Is that they use with condensed milk? Yeah, because in the traditional Vietnam now for the milk coffee, they use the condensed milk, not the milk that probably people are drinking. So that's give you the taste of the combined with coffee and milk together, and it's very condensed. Yeah, very strong.
It's like a dessert. It's delicious.
Yes, it's dessert.
It's sweetened condensed, right?
Yes, it
Sweet.
is very sweet condensed milk combined with dripping coffee. So that's very strong and also sweet.
So I
Yeah.
used to go to this restaurant quite often, a couple times a year. And then the last time I was there, I saw this bug and I was like, what? That's a cockroach. And I haven't been back since. But I missed the coffee. And so I had one today.
It's hard to go back after that.
I mean, I worked in food service for 10 years. I know stuff happens, but cockroaches aren't a big thing where we're from. So when you see that, it's like, nope, done. And it's too bad. That place was awesome.
That's too bad. How is that? Delicious.
This one? So this is So have you?
Yeah.
Don't make fun of me because it's actually pretty good. Okay.
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 You know, so
Well, whoa,
Awesome.
Oh.
Okay.
awesome.
it's
I like that.
it's pretty good. It's about $30 Canadian. Well, I don't know what it is now. I don't know if we can even buy it now because if it's American, they took everything off the shelves because
You're
they're
welcome.
like they're taking their ball and they're going to play somewhere else, right? But
Yes.
yeah, but it's great. I've had
We're
this
going to
in my
Vietnam,
cupboard
actually, I think, now. Speaking of Vietnam. I mean,
for California sparkling wine. No, it's awesome. Anyways,
nice.
it's bubbly.
So can you
Did you say
guys
you're
yeah, sorry. Can you guys walk me through what we are going to do with the crypto and cocktail? And then I need
you're
to
looking
get
at it?
yeah.
This is it.
Okay.
This is it, man. This is
Okay.
it's just friends chatting wherever the conversation goes. The fun part
Okay.
is when you get people pop
Right.
in that you're not expecting.
Okay. Then
That's
then
fun.
we
I
have
hope some people pop in, chit chat with us.
yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Minnesota,
Usually
did you say
it's
you're
not
drinking
live.
coffee?
Yeah. Don't talk about the time.
The time?
It's
Oh.
late. I know. It's late. It's 9 o'clock.
Are you one of those people that drinks coffee at night and still can go to sleep? Because there's
That's me
like if
too.
I have one,
Yeah.
if I have one at 4, 5, 6, like an espresso, I'm done. Like I'm up till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
can
I
go.
cannot drink coffee
I
after
can-
the afternoon.
I can drink right up until I get in bed.
It's almost more
Wow.
of like a comfort thing at that point, you know? After like I have my coffee after dinner and that still has its effect on me. Like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go again. Not like hitting my food coma tonight, just in case. And then I can still drink coffee and go to sleep also. But at that point it's not really like caffeine doesn't do anything to me. So maybe you and I are in the same boat, Minnesota.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'll start rowing together.
Oh, you know
We
what?
usually-
Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, we usually
Me?
don't have live faces either. The
So
live
much better.
cameras is
Mine looks like hell right now though, because okay, so I'm helping my dad with like the quality of it, you know,
there goes
because I don't have
Tango.
my light on. Well, so I was helping my dad with some paperwork, some stuff like official stuff, you know, and we got it all done. It took us about 3.5 hours, and as soon as I was like, boom, done, you know, my lights all went out, like all 3 of the bulbs in my fan, and my light went out. And I was like, Dad, what just happened? Can you fix that? Like, I mean, everything's still on, you know, the fan is still going. I'm like, that's weird. The light, like the actual bulbs blew out. No, replace the bulbs, everything. Can't get the light to work, but everything else is working. So I'm somewhat sitting in the dark. What I was going to say earlier, though, Tracer, when I was all, ooh, your Snoop Dogg made me think of it. Did you see there was a little bit of controversy like on my feed the last couple days, and
Nope.
I mean here I'll bring in the crypto a little bit, right? So you know how like a lot of like base right now, nothing against base. I love base. I love the people at base, you know, but it's like tokenize everything, right? Get it all on chain, tokenize everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know where we're going now.
I just saw Pimpin'. It made me think of Pimpin', you know, when you brought up your champagne, and that was a little bit controversy, like there was a little bit of the controversy on my feed this weekend or this past 2 days. It was an interesting one, but it made me curious, you know, I guess like for you guys, maybe, do you like, would you like to see everything actually tokenized? Because I've had these debates before, and I've always felt like there are certain things that actually shouldn't be, and not all projects actually need to have a token.
What does it look like?
What?
What does that look like? Everything tokenized.
Oh, there's
What do you mean by
actually
that?
like, well, I could send you the video, right? That was out. I got dogs going. Hold on.
So is that like real world RWAs?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, yeah.
So I mean, I think there was one. I think it was more of like a meme. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
I see where
terrible
you're
at
going.
names. What?
So like traceability.
No,
Is that
literally
what you're talking?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you name it. You
But
know,
you were
there are a
talking
lot of
about
people in the industry that think it
pimping.
should be. Oh,
You were
that's
talking
because there's
about
a
pimping.
video. That's because there was a video that was made that was circulating that was pushed by some well-known people, and it was naming things that should be tokenized, and pimping was one of them. And
So you could tell where people have been.
quite a few people were like, maybe you should have left that one out, you know?
Yeah.
That was all. But it made me start thinking about whether or not, things should actually be tokenized. Like everything, obviously I'm not advocating for pimping, Oh, is that
So
what you're
like
typing over there?
tokenizing people. Tokenizing
Yeah,
people.
everything. Yeah. I mean, there was an article that I was reading recently, and I was like, I'm terrible at memes. Are they joking? Are they serious? I sent it to a couple of my friends. I was like, what does this even mean? It was like tokenizing babies, and it was more of like a joke. But I was reading it, and I was like, we are sick. Like, this industry is worse than I thought. There is some
I have
wild stuff going on. But then it got me thinking, there are some that do think genuinely that everything should be better on chain. And I'm a believer that there are certain things that shouldn't be on a chain, like on chain. And there are certain projects, like there is no reason to have a token. If there's really no reason to have a token, then I don't necessarily think that they should.
Yeah. From
That
my
was my
point,
thought.
from my point that real world assets will be boomed if any government legally accept the change and blockchain technology, so they can create the legally connect between the access on chain and also the real world assets. So that will create the boom for that real world assets. And I agree that we can like tokenize everything. For myself, I also did talk a little bit with the tracer in the last hour AMA. We also tokenize the human time. That is very precise. So let's say that I repeat what I'm thinking of that. So let count that you are talent, and then you are want to pay for work for other junior guy. So you provide the privacy coaching, and you tokenize your future time. So here is my
This is interesting. Okay.
so here's my NFT, and if you hold my NFT, you can access to privacy coaching. It is my time. So then I can count of that. So that is one of the idea we can ask on top of UC talent, so we can attract the senior or expert guy to give up, and then give back to the not give up, give back to the next generation to give them by the NFT, and then also create the passive income. If you can think about that, tradable NFT for coaching. Yeah. So that is some kind of like tokenize the human time. Yeah.
I want to let Minnesota and Tracer jump in here at all if they want to, but I had a thought from a recent call I just had as well. So I'll sit back and wait my turn.
I'm gonna let Minnesota go. I just love vibing here and listening to you guys talk.
Okay.
I think I was actually talking with someone last night that deals with importing and exporting grains like oats, and they mill oats and they import export to Canada, Mexico, and because of the real world RWA platform Palmyra that's on Cardano and Iagon, I think it is. But
yeah,
I think maybe Django was talking about it, is they're gonna everything's gonna be traceable. Everything's gonna be traceable. I mean, maybe not in my lifetime or your lifetime, but it's just gonna be more efficient to trace everything. The whole meme of implanting chips into people's skin to get access into money and stuff. I mean, they're doing that stuff. I think in I think some of the Scandinavian countries right now they have that technology to do it, and people are their employees at that company, to be able to get in, have to scan their hands, and it's the RFIDs.
What's interesting now is even without the chips, like we're scanning palms, obviously we know about retinal scams, so it'll be interesting to see if we're going to even need that, right?
Yep,
It
it's
is true.
AI. It's just
for what you're talking about.
Facial recognition.
Yeah.
Django, can I bring it back to what Django was saying here for just 1 second, and then we can kind of come back to it? I definitely think supply chain, though, for one. But about tokenizing time, Mark is an advisor to different DeFi protocols and stuff, and he does this, right? But one of the recent blockchain banthers that I actually had Angela, who was the co-founder of Token Engineering Academy, and something that she's working on now and the research that she's doing is DAOs. The topic was, are DAOs dead? Right? And like, we're a DAO. Where is Soren? Bancor is a DAO. But like, you have to wonder what direction are they actually going in. And what she was saying was, you have to get people who are actually qualified. And this was part of the discussion. You have to get people who are actually qualified to participate in the DAO. You have to get people who are willing to really sort of teach these things, right? But then it's like a whole nother job. You have to have some sort of an incentive, right? Not incentive the way that I was questioning it. Like I have, PTSD from DeFi summer incentive, right? But like incentive from, they're aligned in a sense. Like, what are they getting in return, right? So this would be an interesting way to go about doing that if there was a way to actually track that, Yeah,
that's very interesting. Talking about Mark, I need to remind him that he will need to feedback for my white paper. He not have time to take a look at that, and then I will chase him.
Yeah. I know he's had his hands full. I've been on the don't call list, Jen. Please try to show some restraint. Okay. Okay, I won't call you.
Am I on the
week or so.
I'm on the always call list, right? By now.
Yeah, but it hasn't stopped you from like peeping through the windows. He's sent me a message about it.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he is. Come on.
Nobody knows where he is. He's all over the place. Nobody knows where he is.
Mark, where are you?
So let me get back a little bit about because I mixed the last live stream about the DAO debt. So what were your conclusion out there? What do you think the DAOs still going on, and then some another new version or new ways that made the DAOs boom and then thrive again? So because that the main theme forever from the beginning of this crypto and blockchain world is that the decentralized. And without a doubt, so how we can have a decentralized. And the last question Tracer asked me about, you give up the project into the community. It is actually a DAO. So is that the wrong way I'm for? So can you
Here's my thing. So DAOs are decentralized until they're not, right? If you don't have enough people participating in your DAO, then it's only, it only goes so deep, your decentralization. It's really just that first layer of, we are a DAO, so we're decentralized, right? So I think there are different degrees of decentralization. And I think that being a DAO doesn't necessarily mean decentralized, I also think, we talk about giving your project to the community and things like that, but I mean, it's sad and unfortunate, and I come from running businesses, but it wasn't until the last year that we in this industry have even realized that these protocols and things are actually businesses. You need to make money. You need to be developing, right? If you develop the project and then you hand it over to the community and it's not generating any revenue and it's not, you're not paying anybody to do it, that's great. But at the end of the day, were you just doing it for the good of the industry? What is the outcome of that other than to build a project and say, hey, I contributed and now I'm out, right? We all want to make a living. So I think handing it over to the community is kind of iffy also, because then it goes into all of these people put their time and effort and money into building this, right? Time is money,
Yes, it is.
into developing this project, and you're handing it over to the community who may or may not be qualified to actually run this project. God forbid there's an exploiter, there's some sort of, there's an exploit, what are they going to do? Or it's immutable, even forking projects. You want to fork a project, great, but if you have to upgrade or you want to make some sort of slight change or you want to build a feature on top of that, and you're not familiar with the actual underlying contracts and you don't have the experience to go back through and, make sense of all of this, and you make one tiny little mistake, people's money, that's money on the line. So I'm torn on the DAO thing, and I'm part of the Bancor DAO. I have been for a good amount of time, but I think Mark said it perfectly, really fast, Tracer. And I felt the same way back in 2020. It was almost romanticized, like the DAO, like it was there was something about it where you just kind of, it was so appealing. And I think for regulation reasons, it needed to happen. But now it may not be necessary. And I'm not convinced that it's necessarily the best, even if it, is an option still.
It's an option.
I'm loving the conversation right now, but I find like DAOs, it's kind of like, is it just a narrative? Is it just an old narrative now? It's like you have that narrative in crypto and it's like everybody jumps on it. It's like, oh yeah, DAO, I heard that somewhere. What is it? Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Let's get on that, right? So I just want to, I don't want to stop you guys because I love the conversation, but I got to play this because, and I meant what I said. When I asked Django this, it was yesterday, right? Seems like ages ago.
I missed that. It was an AMA you guys did, right? I saw that it was up on my feed and I bookmarked it, or I sent it to myself so I could.
This is one of my favorite moments that came out of an AMA in the last year, where it was just, this is what I'm saying about when you have real AMAs that are not planned. Like we got in the studio maybe 5-10 minutes and said, okay, what do you want to talk about? We didn't have a list of questions. We didn't have an agenda. That's how I really love doing it. And when a founder is willing to bring their project and be like, yeah, and Jang, it's like, it's not his first language in English. You know what I mean? So very brave, man. And it's like, you're very passionate about it, you believe in it, but I'm going to play this because
he's real.
He's real.
That's something that I've just meeting him in Bangkok and spending time. You're real. And I think honestly, that's what it is. Like, it's not your first language. There's no script, but if you can get up there and you can go with it's just because it's real. It's honest.
But let's play this poem by Django and then we're going to bring it back. I always wonder this, like as a founder, when you you're obviously very passionate about this, right? This is a labor of love. Like you said, it's not funded, but you believe in the project. So as a founder, how does it feel to put in the future that you would like to see this to become a DAO, right? Where basically you're kind of just giving it to the universe. What is your thought process behind that? Because I see that and I go, why, isn't that hard to nurture something and then just let the community take it over, essentially?
Then I have a very good example for this one. So when you raise kids, you have, and I have to. So up to the moment that we will adopt, leave you. But they still your child. But they don't belong to you anymore. You cannot control them. So that is the moment you let it go to the community at the DAOs for their project. But it's still mine, right? I can say to my generation and my friend and my stuff, that's in my project, but I cannot control it. Yet it's very hard for parents to let the child to go to. You will get it soon, I think.
Yeah.
I
know. My daughter's turning 17 right away, so I'm hearing what you're saying.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
So
have you prepared for that? For the DAO for their children?
You can't. You just got to make sure that they're strong and smart, and that they can make their own decisions by themselves. So it's very fitting analogy. I love it, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I want to do with the digital. I want to make it strong, and come and be yourself, and then can let it go.
Wow.
So that the same feeling I have now. Yeah. When you ask me, let it go for the company to take care of that.
Yeah. What a way to end the stream, man. That's poetic.
Django's the best.
That's unbelievable. Hey, crouch down in here. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey,
This
Hi.
this is my 17-year-old daughter that I was talking about right there.
yeah.
When
So you gotta
Django
be-
said, "Are you preparing?" I'm thinking my son is 12 and I'm already preparing. I'm
Nice.
already thinking about it.
Yeah.
There, I switched over so she can hear you guys now. But Django, like that was so perfect, man. Like
Yeah.
I was watching your face as you listened to that. Like you had this like glimmer in your eye, man. Unbelievable. Get closer.
Hello, nice. What's your name?
She looks just like Mark. She's got the beanie and everything.
That's funny.
She needs
Yeah.
sunglasses
Did you guys-
on. Uh-huh.
You got any Pokemon polls today? Did you
That's
pull any new
not-
packs?
That's the boy. That's the boy that's really
Oh.
into it.
Oh.
Yeah. She's kind of into it.
Okay.
Ish.
She's got
It's in
the
your
pudgy.
It's a lot of gum.
Yeah.
I never got into Pokemon until my son did. And then I was like, this is what I've been missing out on. And then I watched the movie, like the original, and cried my eyes out. And so I did. It was sad. And now I'm like a huge sucker for like all anime and things like that. I'm in a Naruto kick right now.
Naruto.
I
Carter
love
loves
him.
Naruto.
Sasuke, love him.
Carter's favorite anime character is Kakashi.
He has like
Oh.
a shrine dedicated to Kakashi.
It's true.
My son teases me. You love everybody. Beyblade, loved it.
Beyblades are awesome.
Beyblade was great, and I loved Shu. And
It's
yeah,
Louis
it was-
Shirasagi, man.
Oh, he was good. He was good. Yeah.
Love the villain. You gotta love the villain.
Yeah. No, I like the good guys.
He's very
Okay, I
talented.
do have a question for Django though. After watching that, so that is your plan is to 2026, 2027. Are you going to step back then? And I had another thought too. You're talking about making the project stronger and everything else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about what I said and then thinking about what you said. And
Yeah.
wait, I didn't mean to exclude your daughter, Tracer. Well, I was asking my question.
What's that? Sorry?
I didn't mean to exclude her while I was asking my question. Do you
No,
mind?
she's
Am I
good.
being rude? Okay.
She's good.
Um,
She's good. She's gonna
Okay.
bounce right away.
okay, well, I wanted to make sure I wasn't being rude.
Say bye, Kai.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
You will be seeing next week. Sweetie. We'll see you next Saturday. I was saying, are they actually going to be qualified to run this and things of that sort, right? So I think it comes with you build a strong project and you build a strong community, right? I think a lot of DAOs and a lot of token holders, and this is what I was saying earlier, where I was saying not all projects need to have a token, because it's so quick. Tracy, you're talking about narratives. It's so quick that the narrative shifts from the project and what it's bringing to the space and what sort of, solution it might be bringing to, whatever existing problem. You introduce a token and the narrative changes so quickly to, well, what are we going to do about the token price? And suddenly nobody cares about the project anymore, And so I think that is such a shame. But if you have a DAO, like I think the Aave DAO is super strong, right? You have a DAO where they really are involved and they have these great discussions and they get to know the nitty gritty of what it is that's built like at the core of it, then I think, you're really kind of putting yourself in place to find that sort of level of comfort that you need to kind of step back,
Yeah. So my thoughts after the time given to the DAO. So what my role in that? So I look into the top two project. I think it's most decentralized now, that Ethereum and Cardano. To be honest, that I'm from the Cardano community before I was in the Kote community. So I learned a lot of the Cardano, and then they have a very strong community and very good the mechanism to get involved the community to make decisions with the Cardano now, even that not fully on chain Yeah, some part is on chain, but not fully. It still have a layer to control and governed by some of the entity belong to the kernel. So let's take a look at example. So I think that Charlie also be about the key vocal and also the vision for the kernel. Still, and then the CEO of the company behind that, of course. So that could be the good example. In the same with Ethereum, so Vitalik still give some the document recently he talking about privacy to give a direction for the community to discuss, and then he involved other very key contributor that the DAOs. So that I think that is stay I aim for after we give to the DAOs. So it's my passion. And same with yeah, again, same with the example with the daughter go to a dove. Then they will give her life, and then I still take a look and give advice, and then be her friend when he needed. That is same mechanism and same way I will involve with my project after I give it to them. So that is fantastic, and then that will be called a successful one for me, a successful life for me when I give it to the DAOs.
That's cool.
Good for you. It's like, it's really sweet. And I mean that, I don't mean that in a sort of condescending way either, you know? Sometimes I'm like, oh, what did I say to you earlier, Trace? I was like, oh, that's sweet. Right? Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean it genuinely. Like, that is very sweet. It's really like, it's great that you're building this with the intention of giving it away, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that very often.
But talking about the business sense, and then business model, why is it down? So because with our projects and then our problem in the markets, for the recruitment, especially IT recruitment, it already red ocean. A lot of big guy out there. There's no way I can compete with LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and other top marketplace without to keep it down. It's not actually the just a trend that I give a term to the community and then attract my, but also the only one way to win the market, create a blue ocean where we involve the people into the marketplace, to actually involve your marketplace, then it can beat the giant one, the top company already in the market. So that I think only way to take, so small startup like us can win. Or no other way. So it combined with my passion, my feeling, and also the business model. The only way we can win this for especially for the recruitment, IT recruitment market.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm gonna have a lot of questions. Well, I want to first watch the AMA that you guys did, because I saw a clip of it, right? And it's like, I'm sorry I missed this one live, you know? There needs to be like one spot. Teresa, you've got like a fun Telegram, like just send all of your AMAs in there. Do you already do that and I miss it?
But maybe he do a lot in the last week, like that.
Super busy in the last week.
That's why,
So we used to do shows pretty often, and when after V2 got announced and I started doing Cody Connects, it was like the waters got a little bit muddy, and it was like, okay, how I was just going to focus on basically with Cody their marketing efforts, right? And the whole plan was, as I knew that likely, like I did say a while ago in the fall, that I was going to stop hiding behind my penguin in 2025. And I had a feeling somehow it would coincide. I had no idea, but I had a feeling it would somehow coincide with mainnet. And now that, you know, the content's just so much better when, you know, the host is, you know, showing their face and everybody else's. And it's just like, I really struggled for years to generate assets for my content because we were all hiding behind our PFPs, right? So I had to be creative with, you know, I wanted to put it out as a video, but I didn't really have much video. So how do you do that? And now that we have this, it's so much easier to do that. So I'm planning on really, really ramping up the AMAs. And honestly, I want to interview every single project in the ecosystem map. That's kind of one of my goals. So it's not really answering your question. I'm kind of rambling, but this is why there was such a lull until now. It was like, well, I'm just going to wait until mainnet, and then I'll reveal. And I have a feeling a lot of other people will reveal, and then it's just going to be so much easier and so much better. And I'm hoping that, now that we've revealed, that it gives us a little bit of more credibility. I don't know if that's the right word.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I do. It's nice to know the people behind the PFPs, and see their faces. And you can see a lot from like someone's facial expressions and things. It was like, Tracer, you were saying that while you were playing the replay, of your call with Jenga, like this, like you're looking at his face and he's just got this look of like just pure genuine,
Yeah.
and those are the sorts of things that are just like really nice to see when you're doing this face to face. And you know what? I think the Cody Connects are fantastic. It was so great when you had reached out to me to see if I was able to join. I wasn't, but that was when Mark joined you. I was able to listen in.
Yeah, Cody. That's Cody Confidential. Two different things, right? But I know what you mean.
Oh, it was. Yes. Okay. So we had one Cody Connect, one Cody Confidential.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But then having this is kind of what were we? I think so. I know one was a Cody Connect, and then the other. Absolutely. You're right. Yeah, it was. It was a Cody Confidential.
I was just going to say that the first time I ever met Mark was on Cody Connect.
That's right.
And then I reached out to you guys because I just had that vibe and I knew you guys were awesome. I was like, hey, we're doing this Cody Confidential thing. I'm taking over for Soren. He can't be there. Like, not taking over, but like it's my show this time, like without Soren. I wanted to do something special. And I just, when you vibe with people, I was like, short notice, whatever. And I had a feeling you guys would come through, and it was such a special show, right? Like meeting you guys in Bangkok and everything. There's such a connection. I love how I've said this over and over, but I love how our communities are merging. And and this is just like a sneaky goal of mine to eventually have you as a co-host. I watched my first blockchain banter right after the first Cody Connect, and I was like, I wonder if this is ever there's ever going to be a collaboration here on a like non-ecosystem level. And I couldn't be more thrilled. So I'm so happy you're here, Jen.
No, I'm super happy to be here. Thank you. And I think outside of like the ecosystem, there is certainly a vibe. Like everybody is super, super cool. I mean, Bangkok was like effortlessly fun, I mean, it was so nice to just go and meet everybody. And it was just so real. And it wasn't like you had to, it wasn't like you're nervous to go and meet these people and you have to try to be something, and sometimes at conferences, it can be like that. Right. Yeah. But it was just so casual, but like calls like this are fun too, because outside of the ecosystem, it's like, we're always like, everything is Bancor, on my end, right? And Carbon DeFi. And when I'm not, I'm momming, but it was like, I went to ETH Denver recently. We don't market in the US, I wasn't there to work. I brought my son and I was strictly there as a DeFi enthusiast again. That was it. I was bringing it back to the days before I was with Bancor, and it was fantastic. You could just explore different things and just see it differently, and that's what I like about calls like this. It's different,
So you're this is perfect. You're leading me into something that I wanted to talk about. And if you don't mind, how did you I don't know this, Jen. So how did you get involved in crypto and then eventually with Bancor and stuff? I would love to hear this story, right? Because like Django, the first time I met him, you probably heard, was on a commute. We talked a little bit in the DMs, and like, I'll be honest, Crypto and Cocktails is a perfect time to say this, Django. But like the first time I saw you popping into the main chat, I was like, who is this guy? I was really suspicious of you. I didn't know who you were. And I was like, I don't want to say I didn't like you, but I was like really suspicious when I first started seeing your PFP. And then you came into one of our groups, like not the ambassador group, but I guess like the Bangkok group. And I was like, oh, that's that guy. Okay, neat. And then we talked and I was like, this is the guy. Like, I love this guy. And you know what I mean? And then he showed up on the rooftop, and you guys, when you watch the AMA, Jen, you'll hear the rest of the story, but it was like, it was beautiful what he said. He was like, he kind of like, and it's right, because you really, like, you were the newest face, right? And you didn't really know everybody. Like we had, like, it's intimidating to walk into something like that, where like the 5 of us, or however many it was, like, we're tight, right? Like, we had known each other for so many years, and you're walking into this, like, you've been around for a while, but you weren't in the circle, and you kind of walked up there. And when you said, like, I kind of felt like I was on the outside, but by the end I felt like I had a buddy and buddies. And that was like, it was so true, man, because I became enamored with you so quickly, man. Like, you're such an awesome dude. But yeah, Jen, I'd love to hear your story, because I have, like, we don't know, right?
Okay, let's see. So I've been running bars and restaurants for probably 15, 16 years, something like that. And COVID hit. And okay, so I was living in Mexico. I had been back in Arizona for a while. I was running a bar in Phoenix. And when COVID hit, I was like, I turned into kind of freak out mom. I was like, I need to prepare everything. And one of my friends was like, buy Bitcoin. It's probably just the best way to secure your like future and your son's future. And I'm like, I know nothing about Bitcoin. I was in this little touristy dirt town in Mexico. So I started looking it up, and I found, I had no idea that crypto Twitter existed. You know, I found an article, and it had someone's Twitter handle on there. So Chainlink for me was what really clicked. It was the oracles. It was bringing this information on chain. It was, that's when I really started to connect the dots. And so I created a Twitter account. Talk about suspicious. I was chased off of Twitter in the first 24 hours. I'm not kidding you. I deleted my Twitter. I was like, F you guys, you are so horrible.
Scammy.
I didn't know. I didn't know that you're not supposed to dox yourself. So I was like, oh, I had a picture. What cute picture do I have of myself? And so I did. And I didn't know you could change your handle. So I was like, all these random numbers and letters and stuff. And suddenly I just started like asking all these questions about Chainlink. Anyway, after a little bit, I became a Chainlink community advocate. I was really involved with the Chainlink community and really just wanted to know anything and everything I could. So I was hosting calls and doing interviews for Chainlink. And I was part of the Bancor DAO at the same time. And I think Mark was my second interview. I reached out to him. He was the head of research at the time. And believe it or not, I was his first interview that he had done. So after that, that's when everybody kind of started reaching out to him, wanting to interview him. So that was cool. We kind of were like there in the beginning. And it was probably 6 months or so later that he had DM'd me and said, do you mind, what do you do IRL? And so we got on a call, and what really got me about, it was a serious career change. I'm a full-time single mom. So it was like, I had my career, and it was stability. But Bancor has such a foundational piece, it built the foundations of DeFi really. And so that had always gotten me. But what Mark said to me that always stuck with me, because I was like, I'm not getting on calls and hosting shill calls. Like, that's not what I want to do. I'm way too passionate about DeFi in general. And he's like, I don't want these calls to be like, I don't want your involvement to just be Bancor. If DeFi doesn't succeed, Bancor won't succeed. This is much bigger than Bancor. We're not here for Bancor. We're here for the industry. And so.
What time is that?
When was that?
Yeah, when would that happen?
That was the end of 2021.
Wow.
So I started with Bancor January 1st, 2022. 2022. It's been a little over 3 years now.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
I started hosting the blockchain banters maybe twice a week. And then it kind of just grew, and then I was community, and then, marketing and brand. And so, it's been a ride. Mm-hmm.
So is it a full-time thing, or what? Like, I have so many questions. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Bancor, blockchain banter has really just become my own. and it has become my own, and it was started to be my own. It was like, we don't want you to host them for Bancor. It's not a Bancor. Like, this is you hosting your calls. And, I always had Bancor on, but it's definitely full time. You mean just what I do in general, or do you mean just the blockchain banters?
No, just because you're like community manager, all the socials and stuff, and more
Yeah.
and more and more. And it's like, I don't know where the line ends, right? Because
Doesn't.
it looks like
that line just keeps getting erased and then pushed back a little bit. Yeah, well, we have like moderators and things like that, so really what I do is just kind of create the guidelines, and I'm in constant communication with them, and here are the announcements, and here's what's going on. If you can spread this, and if they need me, I'm always there. I like to be in the channels as much as I can. There are times when I'm not in the channels for a couple of days, but I know that they're okay. That's when I'm out writing, because I do like the blogs and stuff too, so that's when I'm like, that's it, blinders on. I've got my posts that for like X and stuff like that, and I'm off of socials. Like, this is when I need to head down, sort of thing. But yeah, no, I think honestly, Bancor has really grown and shifted in the last couple of years. It was before like the AMM, and then all of a sudden we have this entirely new DEX, and there are so many different ways that so many different people or like when I say people, it's like blockchains or token projects can benefit from it. And then we're licensing. And so it's really working with the different ecosystems and things like that. So, it's fun, the whole thing that what I didn't want to do is have when I was saying earlier, it's Bancor. It is, but it's like the ecosystem and stuff too, so you still get a feel for what's going on in the rest of DeFi. So I like that. So it's been little over 3 years.
So other than that and momming, you already said, like, what are your passions? What else? What makes Jen tick?
Oh, I don't
know anything about you.
I'm a huge nerd. So, what I really like to do, I like to Sudoku.
Oh my God. I hate that so much.
I love it. I love the Sudoku. I like to read. So
do you do it on paper or do you do it on a computer?
Paper. I am super old school. I'm 40. I like paper. I like a physical book, Like, there are some things I just can't let go of that. I want the book in my hand. I want my pencil. I even still take notes. Like, I have all of my different colored pens on my desk, so I can color coordinate my notes and stay organized. Yes.
Every time I need a note, he asks you.
I love my notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna focus, but that's from UC Talents AMA. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, really?
No, I like to read. I like to Sudoku. I like to, I like to go and experience new things with my son. So, momming, yes, but it's kind of like, science center. I'm not a very sciencey person. I'm just not. It was not my thing. I was more like the English, like that sort of like reading type. My son is super into engineering and science. And so I think what I really enjoy doing now is trying to challenge myself to tap into that side of my brain a little bit, because it was never really what I was doing. So it's a lot of that too right now. Yeah. When
I was in Bangkok, when the first time I met you, Jens, I definitely know that you're a very strong woman, and then that.
Oh, thank you.
And how passionate and how strong you are. You made decision to pivot your career in the middle and then single mom to something that unknown. DeFi in the 2022 is very unknown thing, and you're on the rise. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a journey, but I enjoy it. And you know what else makes me tick too? I'm going to say is I think traveling. I think that's a big part of, like getting to know everybody. When you brought up Bangkok, it's like getting to travel and see places. I always grew up traveling. We didn't grow up a very wealthy family by any means, But for us, it was like, do you want to do holidays and gifts, or do you want to go on a vacation? And so we really didn't have gifts and things throughout the year. Like I gave my son the same option, and he chose. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you can only have so many things. I choose the vacation." So we do the same thing, but I think that also, you know, the last big like actual vacation we went on was we like cruising. So we went and, you know, it was, where did we go? Belize, Honduras, and Cozumel. So we went there, and we went to the sanctuary in Belize, you know, got to experience all of that and hung out with the jaguar. That was super cool. So I think that's really what makes me tick is experiencing new things.
Yeah, feeling alive. Not
Yeah.
stuck in the restaurant for a long time.
And you said you lived in Mexico too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
So
What was
I
that
live
touristy town?
It's Rocky Point. So I'm in Phoenix, and Rocky Point, or, you know, the locals call it Rocky Point. If you look up, it's Puerto Peñasco. But it is 1 hour south of the Phoenix, like the Lukeville border. So it's 3 hours from Phoenix to the border, and then an hour south. And the water is beautiful, and the town is very unique. It has a very like old school fisherman sort of charm to it still, right? But then they have beautiful high rises and bars and things like that. And so that's where my family's bar is. That's where I was in Mexico. I was actually living elsewhere, and they asked, you know, what do you think about coming down here and doing this with us and running this bar? And so, you know, it's been a couple of career changes, but so that's what got me started in Mexico. I was there for maybe 6-7 years. That was the second time I lived in Mexico, actually. And that's where I had my son. I had my son in Mexico. And then we've been here now for probably 9 years or so, back in Phoenix. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's good.
I got to learn Spanish, you know. I was so disappointed though. I wanted to speak French when we were in Bangkok, you know, with Jan, and I was like, I can't. I lost all my French when I was playing this like word association game with myself to learn Spanish. And then I learned Spanish and I forgot all my French in the process, so I didn't get to.
That guy talks too fast anyways. I have to like really focus when I listen to him and Rick's talk French. Like it's very different than our French here too.
Of course.
It's a muscle that I don't get to flex very often either. So yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I need to go now. So love to.
What? We had an hour.
Yeah, an hour, and then I have a duty as a father to do now. Sorry, it's in the morning, and then a lot of stuff is sending over there. Yeah, let's talk with you guys in the crypto and cocktail, and maybe next time when we in Asia, I think about crypto and tea. So you know that one thing that I want to say before I leave, that the different culture with the Asia, and then also the Western, that the tea also have the cocktail that make you feel awake, but this make you more calm and then smooth, slowly get you up, but not quickly add the cocktail and also add other alcohol. So crypto and tea more maybe calm and then sit down, like Asian style, and then we can do that when we were in Asia next time. Yeah.
Well, how about Minnesota can have us coffee? We can have some tea.
Yes.
You know, I love tea. So
yeah.
Just send me the invite on there.
Thanks, Django.
So good to see you.
Yeah, so good to you. Bye bye.
Wish you well on UC Talent.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not a big hot drink guy at all. Like I don't drink coffee. The only thing I ever drink once in a while is an espresso or two. But I just bought some loose leaf tea about a month ago, and I like it. And it's weird, but I don't know.
I like to have my tea at night and read my book. I'm such a little old lady, but it's so soothing. Like you just go all day, and then it's like I love tea at night, especially.
So I had a moment yesterday. You want to talk about being an old lady? So for years, this was bad. Okay, like
Okay.
I still don't know what to do with this information. So for years, I regarded Charles
I
Hoskinson
saw that post.
as an older man. Okay, I thought he was quite a bit older than me, and I revere him. Like I used to think he was I let CT form my original or primary opinions of him. Okay. And then when I realized the affiliation of Cody and Cardano, I gave him another chance, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I get it, but I think this guy is like low-key genius. He's weird. Okay, whatever. And he's like unconventional, but like he's, I hate to say, but he's kind of brilliant. Okay. So, and I like Charles. Okay. I like him. And I always looked at him like, he could be like a father, right? I found out. Okay. Saw a picture
Don't
of him.
say it. Don't say
Oh,
it.
no, you can't. You're not ready for
this. You're going to make him feel so bad.
No, I'm not. Okay. So I saw a picture of him like on a boat wearing like the same kind of hat as me, like same kind of vibe with the beard and everything. And I'm like, wow. He could be like he could be like my, no. He could be my dad. You know what I mean? Like I could be his son, right? How old? I asked Google, how old is Charles? 1987. He's 6 years younger than me. And I didn't know what to do. I still don't know what to do. Like I'm closer to being his father. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. He's
gonna be
way
proud
younger than me.
Be proud that you're aging so gracefully.
Oh yeah, right. No, it's because I don't realize how old I am. I don't. I'm still 28 in my head, and like.
Oh, I was really different at 28. I can't claim I think I'm still 28. Really,
I don't know how I'm going to get over that.
What? That fact that he's younger than you?
Way younger. Way younger.
Yeah. I would just mute him on X, and then you don't have to look at it anymore, his post, and you'll eventually just forget.
I bring you here as a co-host. And that's it? That's all you can give me?
That's the advice.
Mute him? Mute him. Help. I'm telling you, I'm having a crisis.
I'm so sorry. If I had a couch, I would have you lay down. I would tokenize. We'd have to really start talking through this. I mean,
how old is Mark? Come on, let's, make me feel better. How old is Mark? He's young.
How old?
Right?
I'm not even going to ask how old you think he is.
I have no. That's the thing, right? Like when I met him, I'm like, this is Mark, Mickey Mouse T-shirt and everything. I was like, I love him so much more. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I thought he was
just wait. I had to talk to him though. I was like, can you please not present in those? Like it's cool. Walk around the conference all you want, but like throw on a Bancorp shirt or something, or don't.
Nah, man, he's awesome.
Plain black. No, it's like his Mickey Mouse shirt or something, and I do love that shirt.
That guy's so low key awesome. How old is he? Tell me, I need to know.
We were in Barcelona for the European Blockchain Convention one year, and we said something, I don't remember, but he introduced me to what's that show? The Notebook one. What's it called? Oh, come on. I have, where they die.
Death Note.
The anime one. Thank you. Yeah, the Notebook one. That's what I was saying.
Well, I didn't know we were talking anime. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, so you introduced me to that show, and I was like, oh, I've never seen it. And then I'm walking, I'm doing my shopping in Barcelona, and I saw a Death Note shirt, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get it for Mark, and I was all excited. So it's always fun when I see him wearing one of the shirts that I get him because I can't help it. Like, he's fun to actually also shop for. Mark is, his handle on X is 87.
He's
And
a
he
doctor.
gets in 87. Mark is a doctor. He
Yeah.
got his doctorate. He is a he was actually one of the top in the world, really.
It's obvious.
For organic chemistry. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
working for like the Australian government, and Mark actually
Did you just throw a heart out?
threw up the heart eyes emoji.
Oh, bro.
Mark is so smart.
Yeah, he is.
He is though. He is. No,
Yeah.
sorry, what was I just gonna say? It was good.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, organic chemistry. So he was telling me that at one point he actually made a discovery that something, a chemical or whatever it was, that had been, miscategorized for so long. He actually discovered that this and this and this and that and the other thing. And if you do bring it on a plane in this amount, then it actually will blow up. And so they had to go back to the drawing board and recategorize it and stuff so that nothing ever happened. And that was Mark's doing. So he's like,
wow,
not just like smart, but he actually,
Saving the world.
Like it's kind of insane, Actually, what's really cool? If I can Mark brag for a minute here, because he doesn't say any of this. Like, I've just had these conversations with him. He was a professor at the University of, Irvine, California, right? And he was teaching there, and his class was so full. Everybody just enjoyed being in his class. But one of the professors from Harvard contacted him and said that he caught wind of his course and his lesson and things like that, and asked his permission to base his final that he was giving, the Harvard professor was giving, off of Mark's course material. So I thought that was just super cool, that it was like so well presented. And you could tell when you talk to him, he was a professor. When he gives lectures and things like that, he's all about it. He does it really well. But yeah, so
what's striking about Mark, and it's obvious that he's brilliant, right? But it's the modesty that really just, it's like he's there's nobody like him that I've ever met. You know what I mean? So that's
yeah. He's really
so
just
cool,
down
man.
to earth. He's super cool. When we were all in Denver years ago, it was like the end of the conference, like there was the conference at the end of the day, and we found this cool little dive bar that we would go. Was it the Tarantula? I think it's called Tarantula. It was a pool hall dive bar, and we would just go and shoot pool and invite any of the Bancorp community members and invite other contributors, and we would just go and drink whiskey. And we wound up meeting so many people from the industry there, and just like having fun pool tournaments. And yeah, he's just super easy to just sit down and chit chat and talk to, and even debate with. I am nowhere near Mark's level. Like, let's not pretend for a second I think I'm anywhere near there. But I see things differently, and until I understand like what the missing section is, like how did you get to that? And he'll actually just sit there and explain it. When he's got the time, of course. So
patient.
You really do understand. He's super, super patient. He really genuinely wants people to learn and wants to better the space. Really, really does. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I can't wait until I get a job with Bancorp, because it's going to be so awesome. I'm hoping like soon, in the next 6-ish months. That would be great.
What would you do? Have 2 jobs?
Do you know that commercial? Do you remember that commercial? 2 jobs,
No.
Just a surgeon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't really watch TV though.
That's from like 15 years ago. Did you watch TV 15 years ago?
No, I was in Mexico. We didn't have TV. I'm telling you, we got all the black market movies. The movies I was watching were the bootlegs, but it was bad. It was like you were sitting there slouched down in the movie theater trying to record it. So somebody would walk by, and then they'd move the camera down really fast so nobody would see that they're recording. This was the extent of me watching anything in the 15 years.
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh.
What about you, Minnesota? Well, she thinks.
I mean, I have
I
my
just-
my.
You know, there's an actor, Daniel Day-Lewis. I just watched a movie called Gangs of New York today.
Wow.
I think that was a pretty good one. It had Leonardo DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz in it. I think it was a pretty
I
good
remember
movie.
Gangs of New York.
Not super spectacular. It just comes off the top of my head right now because I watched it. But I think it's a good movie. Good actor, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I think I've seen this movie one time. It was when I was 13 years old or 12 years old or something like that. It's called Life is Beautiful. And
Oh, wow. Holy
wow.
That's,
You know the movie?
Yeah. I'm Italian. Yep.
Not many people know that movie when I say it.
That's wow. That's so many emotions. I can't even
so many
about
emotions. So we went on a field trip and actually saw that movie. And I think all of us, I mean, we're leaving that theater and I think I've maybe seen it once since, but I think I remember thinking that movie was absolutely beautiful. And I want to just leave it at that. And so I think if I had to, I mean, that was the first, when you asked what my favorite movie is, it immediately came into my head. But I was trying to think of something that maybe more people might know or that was sometime recently, but that's always definitely one of my favorite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Are you looking it up right now, Tracer? What are you doing?
Yeah, let me just share my screen here for a second. Can you see my screen?
Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you weren't supposed to see that. You weren't supposed to see that. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. Oh God. That's so
okay.
funny.
My daughter was like, "You did this for a bit?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." Yeah, no, that
I
movie.
love everything you got. I mean, that movie was phenomenal. I mean, just phenomenal. You know. And I'm terrible. I had to take a acting class my senior year of high school. So in New Jersey, we were able to take typing, like word processing, my freshman year of high school, and that counted as an elective credit. And then I moved to Phoenix, and it counted as an elective credit. And then I switched schools my senior year of high school, and it didn't count at my new school. So they were like, "You have to take another elective." Well, the only one that was open was theater. So I took theater, and I was absolutely awful at it. But it's really difficult for me to get into a movie now because the acting, it all just seems like it's staged. It doesn't seem authentic at all, which is probably why I've gotten into anime recently, because I don't have to be convinced by someone's actions and that this set is real and everything else, you know. So
is it just me, or but we're gonna date ourselves here again, but movies from the 90s, especially film, right, that were shot in film, 35
what was that? Oh my God, I loved the soundtrack of it too. And I don't even care if I'm dating myself. I mean, it's no secret, right? I got to think about what this was. Yeah, I'm going to have it and I'm going to bring it back to us next Saturday. But like, there were some seriously wonderful movies in the 90s. There really were. Yeah.
That's all I want to watch. Honestly,
oh my God, what was the one? It was in high school. They were in a high school, of course, right?
Dazed and Confused.
No, another one.
Breakfast Club.
No.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, it wasn't. No, I gotta think of it. Darn. They had like the one. I'm not even gonna know.
No, come on, keep going. This is good. This is good.
No, I mean, like, I had the soundtrack. Okay, there's a question for you guys.
What was
your first like soundtrack or your first? Okay, so like I don't even mind saying like my first tape. You know what I mean? Or my first CD. Like I remember getting my first Walkman.
Your first CD? That's embarrassing. It's Snow and Former.
Snow and Former.
CD? First CD? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lots
Yeah.
of tapes, but first CD
My
was
first
no.
CD was Spin Doctors. Do you
Well,
remember?
Pocket Full of
Do you remember?
Kryptonite. Right?
That was my favorite. I was like, seriously, I was in love with Spin Doctors. That was my first CD. I think my first tape was Michael Jackson or the Free Willy soundtrack or something like that. I don't remember how old I was, but yeah, it was pretty serious. Minnesota, what about you? Do you remember yours?
The first soundtrack I remember was from a movie called Vision Quest. I
don't
don't
think
know
I've
if
ever
you guys
seen
know
that
what
one.
that is.
No.
Yeah, it's I'm dating myself now. It was probably
How-
before you were born.
How old are you? How old are you?
Older than you and older than you.
You born in the 70s?
Yes,
Are you lying?
I was conceived in the 60s though.
So yeah, first generation 70s baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it.
Yes. So Vision Quest, because when I was in high school, it was a wrestling movie. I was a wrestler in high school. So
Oh, that's fun. I was a tennis player in high school.
Tennis.
I was a tennis player.
Tracer wants to know what Mark did in high school.
Yeah. Exactly.
He studied.
Yeah, sounds
He
like
studied,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I grew up.
Yes.
I grew up there where Mark taught school in UC Irvine. That's where I
Oh,
grew up.
really?
No way.
Southern California. Yeah, Southern California.
That's
That
cool.
was my old stomping grounds.
Okay, so it was. So you're not there anymore.
No.
No.
He's pretty close to me actually. Like he's closer to me than Canuck is. And why didn't he show up? Like what a loser.
Maybe he'll show up in the next one. I'm like scrolling through 90s movies right now, you guys, trying to find this one that I was talking about, and it's really gonna bug me.
Dude,
What was it about?
So you're talking about the soundtrack. What are the songs?
I don't remember. And I could picture the one kid in my head. He always had like the headphones, like the big headphones on. His pants were always too big, and he was like a skater kid. I know. It's there.
Oh, I
know it
I
is.
know. Yeah, I know it.
I don't remember what it is though. And it was
long hair too. Long hair, right?
It was like spiky.
What are you guys talking about?
I'm gonna find it. I know. I mean,
Like
it
it's
is gonna
not
bug
like
me.
Risky Business, Dirty Dancing. Like I'm just trying to think. Like I don't know the movies. I'm just trying to think of like, you know.
No, it wasn't any of those. I'm gonna find it though. We can move on, but I mean, we can put this on hold.
I'm gonna refill
for a moment. You're gonna refill? Oh, I'm just sipping. I'm pretty sure my tequila and water is completely watered down now, and I'm okay with it. I really don't drink at all. Like I don't drink.
Yeah, I didn't fall into the peer pressure.
Where's the pastor? That's weird that he's not here.
Oh yeah,
He's
Does he
usually
know
all
about it?
over these. He commented on. I think he commented on one of the posts. I'm surprised. Do you have him on Twitter? You should reach out to him.
No.
Don't blame you. What? No, I like the pastor. I'm just kidding.
I don't know the pastor yet, so maybe I'll be able to meet him.
No,
soon.
I did have him, but
He's got a radio
maybe-
voice, eh? Like,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and the other
Like,
guys
you
too.
put me out of a
like,
job.
What's his name? Dumb guy learning. There's a couple guys that we've had on here that are really good.
yeah. Is that the pizza guy?
The pizza guy, Haggie's Pizza, and then the guy from Montana.
So I was telling Jen just before we went live here, but so, man, whatever, we'll talk about this a little bit, but because of the KYC issues with our beloved project, and until now, we've had trouble building a North American contingent. So I'm hoping that well, obviously this isn't the initiative to do that, but I'm hoping somehow that we can eventually, now that we're permissionless, etc., that we can start to have, you know, a little bit of a community, because we always struggle for streams in this time frame, or just content, you know, like content doesn't go anywhere until Europe and Asia, Southeast Asia wakes up, right? So I'm hoping soon that we're going to start finally having a North American community, because this is what we've wanted for 5+ years, right?
It's hard too. I mean, it's so many projects. Just if you don't spend an arm and a leg, you know, I mean, being on this side of the industry, it's wild what you actually learn about the industry, you know. But
and
if
you said that place that you work doesn't focus on North America either. Is that like for the same reasons that we don't or didn't?
Yeah, I mean, probably, you know,
yeah.
regulation wise and things like that, you know, it was just iffy. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Bancor had its lawsuit back in the day, you know, with the SEC and everything else, and won that. And since then had just kind of been like working hand in hand with, you know, the Swiss government, with others, and just really been like the poster child for, okay, and then this, and then this. And so really kind of, I mean, I don't speak about that very often. You know, I don't speak about the regulation and things like that. But I will say that Bancor has been around for long enough to know, you know, we just don't want to go there.
Hey, Jerry Maguire? Jerry Maguire?
No.
Is that the movie?
Nope, not no. Jerry Maguire. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to, it's terrible. I really thought it was going to come back to me by now.
Was it like a stoner movie?
Probably.
Like a
it's
Wayne's
not
World
Dazed
type?
and Confused.
Wasn't Dazed and Confused.
Ooh, Wayne's World. I can recite that movie still. I probably haven't watched it in 10, 20 years.
Wayne's World. I've never seen
believe it.
Oh man, I burnt out that VHS.
Can't hardly wait.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved that soundtrack.
Can't buy me what?
Can't
buy
wait.
me love.
I mean, you have to remember, I was 14, you know, when this movie came out. It was fun. Yeah. Oh, I remember loving Romeo and Juliet too. That was a good one.
The Leonardo DiCaprio one?
Mm-hmm.
I never watched it.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I've been thinking for the last 10 years, I want to watch it now. Because back then I didn't like the idea. Now I think it's great. I want to watch it. We should
that was a good
one. Totally different movie. I remember seeing that in the movie theaters.
For Crypto and Cocktails, we'll just like reaction videos, watching parties.
So funny.
It would actually be fun.
You know what I did just see for the first time in like the last year, maybe? Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I'd never seen it. Mm-hmm.
There are moments in that movie that are just so awesome. There's some moments I don't love.
Maybe because it was such a thing. I mean, this was like a movement, you know. But I was just kind of like, maybe because I've had friends that have, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, it was a little bit different. It was almost like, it almost hurt to watch in a weird sort of like, it hit me on like a personal level sort of way. I'm sure if I had seen it before all of that, like it would have been probably way better, you know? But so many movies I haven't seen. So many movies. I checked that one off the list though. Yeah. I think it would be fun to do a reaction video, by the way. I'm all for it.
I'm trying to be quiet with my my clicking. Can you hear my clicking, Tracer?
I can't hear your clicking. Yeah. I cannot.
This Hanson trophy that Marilyn here is holding. Now, who will be our first contestant?
Want to dance?
This is the best. This is the whole movie.
No. I do believe Marcellus, my husband, your boss, told you to take me out and do whatever I wanted. Now I want to dance. Right? I want to win. I want that trophy. So dance good.
All right.
Let's hear it for our first contestant. Now let's meet our first contestants here this evening. Young lady, what is your name?
Mrs. Mia Wallace.
And how about your fella here?
Vincent Vega.
All right, let's see what you can
What
do.
did she say?
Vincent Vega.
You've never seen this movie, Jen?
Only once.
Oh,
Just recently, right?
oh,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
what
it
she
felt
said. Yeah.
recently until we started watching it again. Now I feel like it wasn't really recently. Maybe the last like 3 years.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you
So
never
good.
can tell. They furnished off an apartment with a 2-room robot sale. The coolerator was crammed with TV dinners and ginger ale. But when Pierre found work, the little money coming worked out well. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. They had a hi-fi phone, oh boy, did they let it blast. 700 little records, all rock, rhythm, and jazz. But when the sun went down, the rapid tempo of the music fell. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. They had a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well. You could see that Pierre did true.
So
Love
good.
Yeah.
So
I feel
good.
great now.
Just the, you know.
And then it goes all bad from there, right?
I remember. Was that the? Yeah. Yeah. it
Yeah,
was
she
bad
goes
from there.
into his cigarette pack and snorts heroin, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Brutal.
That was
Brutal.
rough.
And just like
That was rough.
panic.
I
And
think
then
it was
you
like a
gotta,
really
you
bad
gotta pierce the
time.
breastplate, man.
Oh, yeah. It turned dark for a minute, you know?
Yeah.
But that's fun
Other-
watching them dance. Do you ever just like see old videos from like the 20s and stuff and watch them dance? Like, I think it's great.
Different
My
world.
son thinks it's hilarious even looking at us in like the 80s. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Your hair was that big?" I'm like, "Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in New Jersey and it's the 80s. Like, we all had big hair like that, like a big wave on top. I mean, I had a perm to make my hair bigger, you know, plus humidity. It was fantastic. It was,
It's
I
funny.
had hair.
It's funny. I had it. In the 90s, I thought the 90s sucked, right? And now I just think like, man, the 90s were awesome because we had decent technology, right? But we weren't slaves to it, right? So
Yeah.
it was like, you know, like we had good audio quality, we had relatively decent video quality ish.
I mean, I didn't mind dial
dial
up, you know? I mean, it is. I mean, we were
Yeah.
lucky, you know, like I was fine with it. I remember the 90s were great. I mean, we had our own phone line. I have 2 sisters. And it was like my parents had their line. The 90s was like when we
Like-
got our own phone, you know, we had our own
Like
phone
your-
number.
Like Teen Ring or your own line.
No, like our own line.
We had this. I started with this thing called Teen Ring, so it would like ring different when it was for me, and then eventually I had
Oh.
my own line.
Oh, okay.
And I was like one of the first kids in my school to like always have a cell phone, a StarTAC. Do you remember what a StarTAC is? It's
I
like
remember that. I remember
the little flip.
I had my pager.
I had both. Pagers were awesome. My pager was so cringe. It was
I
like,
care about dating myself because fun. It's like
It was cool.
It's way more fun than it is like embarrassing. Like I don't even care. Like 40 and proud. Those were like the days. I loved that.
Yeah,
we should bring pages back.
Pages were awesome.
Pages were awesome. I mean, I knew my parents, like if they had paged me, that was okay. What time is it? Was I supposed to be home? You know, I mean, that was it. That was also really fun. It was like everybody's outside and then lights out. Like street lights are out, you get your ass home. Like that's how it was then.
When I was in elementary school, I lived on a cul-de-sac and almost every second house had kids. That was chaos, man. Like
it's
the
fun.
cul-de-sac, it's just everybody would like pile their bikes and whatever they were playing with. And at the end of the night, it was just like, it looked like a garage sale on in the middle of the cul-de-sac there. It was awesome.
That's
Good
so
times.
much fun. Oh, it was. We used to play kickball out in the street, you know. We made up a game called Get Off My Player.
Is kickball like soccer baseball? Is that what it is? What's kickball?
Yeah, kickball? Kickball is like when you have like kickball is the best. That's how I got my nickname in elementary school. But it's like Venus flytrap. Yeah, because it didn't matter. You could kick the ball anywhere, and I was really good at catching. I always caught the ball, so they always called me the Venus flytrap. So I'd always catch it. You know how the Venus flytrap catches the fly?
That's a long nickname.
Venus flytrap.
Hey, Venus flytrap, come here.
There were 4 gens in my class, so that wasn't like
there were a lot of maths.
Were there?
I mean, tracers. There were a lot of tracers. No, yeah, there were a lot of Matthews. Yeah.
We used to, so kickball, yeah, it's like you have, instead of pitching the ball, like throwing the ball, you have to roll it and you got to kick it and run the bases. So
yeah, soccer baseball, soccer baseball.
Yeah, it's just funny hearing somebody say, "Oh, soccer baseball."
Yeah, like, they have different language up in Canada.
I love those videos where they get like the Canadian
KD
version. Exactly, craft dinner. It's craft dinner.
Yeah.
It's not mac and cheese.
No, it's mac
chicken
and
burger.
cheese.
Chicken burger, not chicken sandwich. Like a beanie is a toque, man.
No.
Toque. Wait, what do you call mac and cheese? It's mac
craft
and cheese.
dinner. It's craft dinner.
Because it says craft dinner on the box.
Yeah. But what if you want a Velveeta? Like I like Velveeta better than I like craft. So you don't call it like we're having.
Do they have a boxed
Velveeta dinner?
Do they have a boxed mac and cheese, Velveeta?
Yeah.
You've never had
Or is it like you make it?
Squeeze pouch.
It's boxed.
Squeeze pouch.
Yeah, it's the squeeze.
You're talking about the cheese, the box, the loaf of cheese.
No, I'm talking about a box with the shells in it, and you cook it the same way you do craft dinner.
We have
only it's not the powder. Yeah. You should try
it shelf stable? Like that?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Instead of those, you can get the macaronis, but it's shells.
And it's shelf stable? Like it doesn't have to go in the fridge?
Yes.
You mean it's a non-perishable? Yes.
The Velveeta? That like really?
Yeah.
It's in a foil pouch.
Are you judging us for having a shelf Velveeta cheese when you're doing the powder?
It's your fault that our food supply is completely like it's your fault. It's the Americans' fault.
Not looking so good over there, huh?
Did you see
Winners
my
of the
post
Tab
from Safeway?
War. I'm just kidding.
Did you see my post from Safeway yesterday? Did you see it by any chance,
No.
Jen? Okay, so I want you to go to Twitter and turn on notifications because you should see every single one of my posts.
I tried to turn on notifications, but then I need notifications on my actual phone.
I'm just kidding. So
I tried so hard.
I got 3 Asian pears, a pineapple, a little thing of hummus, a couple other things. Nothing serious, like an olive bar, like 500 ml little container.
You're sounding fancy.
It was almost $50. Wait.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I saw that post.
No, wait. How much was it? It was crazy though. It was crazy. Yeah. Like it's crazy here. So Soren DM'd me 10 hours later. Okay. And he's got like an island in his kitchen, and it was like sprawled out with like mostly snacks, right? But like chips and bread and like a couple little staple stuff and 9 packs of cigarettes. And it was less money than what I had bought. Like a pack of cigarettes here is like $22 or something. Like it's crazy over there. It's crazy over there.
Wow. I think cigarettes in the States, I mean, in Phoenix, I think they're probably $9, something like that, maybe.
It's like $22 here for like a whatever brand.
Oh, that's
it's like $100 for a carton. $100 for a carton.
That's 8. How many packs is that?
10.
10.
Wow. So $10. Right. So it's half of what you're talking.
We smuggle some up there.
we grew up in Canada, like in elementary school and stuff. We grew up in elementary school, like Canada is amazing, free healthcare, free this. It's like everybody wants to live in Canada. It's the number one place in the whole world. Blah 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 blah.
Free though, and we believe for it in a way.
But we believe that as kids is my point, right? And like into my 20s, I still believed it. And then it's like with crypto and talking to people all over the world, it was the first time where I was like, you know, somebody would fly to Canada and be like, I'm never going back there. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why? It's like, well, it's, you know, it's this and it's that. And I didn't realize that, like, we thought China were the ones where like they were indoctrinated and they thought China was awesome, but it wasn't. And I was starting to realize, like, yes, we have no war. We're very lucky. Like it's first world. Okay. So let me reel it back for a second. Okay. I know I'm like one of the luckiest people in the world. Okay. So that's not what I'm saying right now, but like, it's incredible to think that, you know, now that I talk to people from all over the world and I've done some traveling, it's like, Canada's not that great. It's too expensive here. Our taxes are insane. Our free healthcare is very flawed. Our administration for the last 10 years is brutal, but yeah, it's just, we didn't know. We did not know this.
No, it was like, I was talking recently to my sister and I was saying, you know, I don't plan on retiring in the United States and living here forever. You know, I'm part Asian. Like I have generations of, I mean, my family in Japan. I would like to go to Japan and visit again, and maybe I'll retire there, you know, going to Bangkok a couple of times. And suddenly it's like, I have this bug. I want to go and live in Thailand or Vietnam, or, I mean, there's just so much to the world. But, you know, everybody's like, well, what about healthcare? And I'm like, do you see where the US actually ranks in healthcare? You know, I mean, it's not great at all. If you look at a lot of the infant mortality rates and, you know, like without getting into specifics, but when I look at that and it's like, so I won't have US healthcare anymore. I would have to go and get private healthcare. But you know what? I had my son in Mexico and that care was amazing. It was amazing. My sister had amazing care in Mexico. What's that?
The obesity epidemic in America.
Oh God, that's why I was like almost gonna giggle when you said like your shelves are bare, and I was like, oh no, you don't get all the crap we have here. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, you want to actually eat healthy and stuff. It is expensive.
So, and here's the thing, like that $47 or whatever it was incredibly expensive for the couple pieces I had. It wasn't even organic produce. It was just whatever. You know what I mean? But traveling to Southeast Asia, this is the first time I crossed the ocean, but I have recently spent quite a bit of time in Mexico, maybe 5 times in the last couple of years, something like that. It's every time I come home, I'm shocked at how difficult and expensive it is to eat sensibly.
Yeah.
And at every turn, it's like, I'm really good for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. And it's like, you get into the situation where it's like I don't want to eat this. You know what I mean? And I just want to break that cycle.
Yeah. No, I get it. The last time I came back from Bangkok, I was like, all I ate there was like papaya salad, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, and you know what it was too? I don't know. I mean, all of the details of whether or not at the end of the day, the pad thai I was eating was healthier or not than whatever I was eating here. But I will say
60 baht. 60 baht.
I will say I felt better when I was there. I felt better. I like the food was fantastic. It felt fresh. I was full, but it felt fresh and it felt healthy. Whether or not it really was, I don't know. Maybe it's all an illusion, but it felt good. I felt better, you know? And there was something about it too, maybe because it was all of the different events and things where it was just like walking around, you know? Where I'm at in Phoenix, it's not like you just get up and go walk around. And God knows where you were going to go walk around before in downtown Phoenix. I don't want to go to downtown Phoenix anymore.
So
not where I'm looking to spend my time.
It was pretty cold here when I left for Bangkok. It was very hot in Bangkok, right? So I didn't want to stuff myself, right? Because I had to be on camera and, you know, whatever. So that was one thing. Second thing is like, there's like all this fresh fruit and all this like, okay, so I'm like, I'm gonna eat fruit. Like I wasn't a big fruit guy. Like even when I
get it.
But I was like, oh man, red dragon fruit, you know, like this papaya. I don't really like guava, but like this stuff's amazing.
I haven't stopped eating pineapple since my first time there. All of a sudden it's like all I want is fresh pineapple. I'll slice it up and throw it in my fridge and just grab some, you know.
Until a couple days ago, 50% of my, and this is like I don't even like really buy fruit because it's so expensive here. And until a couple days ago, and even now, like 50% of my diet has been fruit. And I was like scared about sugars and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, like what a difference.
It's natural sugars. You know what I mean? Different. So maybe it's a little bit better. Maybe I just tell myself that. I don't know. But like
I don't think you can eat too much fruit.
I mean, I like fruit, especially after coming back from Asia. That's like all I want to eat now is fruit. I don't know. It's also getting to be summer here in Arizona too. So, you know, but I mean, I did this during the winter as well. You know, last time I was there was in November. So
I'm telling you, when you travel, it makes you realize that there's something wrong here. And
just what a small world you lived in before, you know what I mean, as opposed to the one that you're actually experiencing now.
Hey, let me ask you, when you guys were traveling, did you notice if you don't want to change the subject, that's fine. Did you notice anything crypto in your traveling, not just at the event? Did you say Bitcoin taken here, or I don't want to.
Oh, when I was in Bangkok the first time. Oh yeah, I mean they accept Bitcoin and stuff. But when I was there the first time, they had like a big billboard that, I mean, it wasn't like it didn't look like it was a temporary billboard. It looked like it was something that was there. But it was giving updates on like the Bitcoin price, you know. So that was kind of fun because we were all just sitting there at a bar. We're like walking in between conferences, and it was like, let's stop in here and grab something to drink. And I mean, I'm not even talking like alcohol drink. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But we're sitting there and we're like, no shit. And it was like Bitcoin hit an all-time high or whatever it was. And we were just sitting there, you know? So you notice that. You notice people that are around with like crypto stuff, you know? But you always want to be cautious too. It's not like you're on a flight and you're going to the conference and you want to necessarily be like super flashy or, I mean, I'm very conscious of things like that. Yeah. So, you know, until I'm actually at the conference. Canuck showed up.
Oh, look who's here.
What's up?
I don't think we've met before, but I've heard the nice things about you, and I heard that you might show up.
The nice things must not have come from Tracer.
I actually, so I'm just going to say it. I sent her the things that you said about, so we've been replaced and who's this new schmuck or whatever. I was like,
yeah, that's right. I was a schmuck.
Tracer's always schmuck. Tracer, he replaced me with Soren and Ship. And now you and who else?
Kind of nice. I mean, now you don't have to be here, right? I mean, if you weren't replaced, you would have been here for an hour and 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
You cashed out, bro. Come on.
Let's be honest. He never replaced me with anybody. I just stopped doing it.
It was scheduling conflicts, right? But these are my favorite. I told Jen, like, crypto and cocktails are my favorite. We get to step away from ecosystem specific stuff. We get to, like, people get to come here, talk how they want. This is what I want to do. If I could do this every week, I would be super happy about it. And I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm not here for long. I just came so that you wouldn't yell at me tomorrow.
Are you scary, Tracer?
I was irritated that you hadn't shown after the first hour, and I was like, oof, this is not gonna be good for our relationship if you don't show up soon.
How many relationships are you in?
Oh,
I have a lot of guys.
He's such a slut.
I was gonna say, what a hooker.
Hey, I'm hoping one day he's my sugar daddy.
There's a reason why he's the voice of Cody. He gets around.
Because they love him. Everybody loves you. It's not your fault.
From coast to coast and around the world to get around.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Now you're never gonna hear it. When you hear it now, you're gonna be like, that's what he means.
Who's the fourth person? Because it's Crypto and Cocktails logo is over top of their name. I can't see it.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
What's up, man? Glad you made it. I gotta get going though, guys. It's Easter tomorrow. Spend time with friends and family. So totally love it.
I see how it is. Has nothing to do with me showing up, eh?
No. All right, I'll stay for a little bit longer, but
I'm
Jen's got to go too. So
I'm only busting your balls. I just came in to say hi, and I'm
left
going.
voluntarily. I'm getting the boot.
I don't want you to
Just
leave.
kidding.
We had one that went. Were you there? Like you left, but we had one that went for like 3.5-4 hours about a year ago.
Wow.
Do you remember that one?
What'd you guys do for pee breaks?
Under the desk.
We were hiding behind PFPs, so it was just you just do it.
Yeah.
There was
and make
there
sure you don't forget to mute.
There were a lot of strange sounds going on.
It's easier for guys.
I have a soundboard. Jen, you can go if you need to.
What? No, I wasn't saying I had to pee.
Where is it?
I was saying 3.5-4 hours.
So
I mean,
usually when Canuck shows up, we do this, right?
that brings me back.
Sorry, that was really quiet. Well, I have way too much stuff in here.
I heard it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Was that quiet? I didn't know.
This is in there for Canuck.
I think that was recorded, right?
During your stream, we sampled it. You can't hear it?
No, I'm just on my phone. It just the audio quality must be crap.
Yeah.
I'm
glad you're here. What have you been up to, man? What have you been buying? What have you like? He's big into the Cardano ecosystem, Jen. That's his thing.
Okay.
DGen.
What have you been up to, man?
Trying to ignore the markets.
Oh yeah.
Trying to not care. Because we all used to be so much richer back in December.
This is your chance to talk about how, months ago you were like in our group chat, you were like, I think it's over, guys. And Jordy and I were like, nah, man, stop being such a paper hands little, you know what? And
the day after the Trump coin launch, I said this is the top. And it was.
Wait, then Melania came.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that was like, 2 days later? Yeah.
Yep.
I remember with my friend, I said something. My friend was like, Trump coin, you heard about that, right? And I was like, shut up. I was like, yeah, no, there's a lot of Trump coins, something. He's like, no, literally, Trump coin. I was like, no shit. I'm not. And then, yeah, that was kind of like a turning point, I think.
Yeah, it's been all downhill since then.
Here, you want me to make you a little more comfortable at Canuck, like how it used to be?
Well, there's the
there you
vibe, the old vibe.
There it is. Wait. I can do it. I can do it all the way here. There. It's like retro throwback now. This is like
There you go.
old school crypto cocktail.
There's
Did you
another
have an
YouTube
opening
channel.
song too?
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah.
I played it like after, like I played the anthem, and then I played the intro thing. Yeah.
Nice.
And every time I would
what was
do
Minnesota
this,
gonna be? There's a YouTube what?
There's another YouTube channel called Crypto and Cocktail.
yeah, but they're dormant.
I know, yeah.
Oh, and they just have one. Oh, it reminds me
Yeah,
of that bit with the woman with the fake nails. Oh.
Every time I used to play this during the stream, Canuck would be like, "Oh, he wants us to shut up. He wants us to go home now."
Yeah, this
Like,
is
no,
intent
just-
to like. It always
God.
seems like closing time. It's Tracer's version of closing time.
Like when the bar turns the lights on.
Yeah.
Are you actually
You don't
trying
have to go
those.
home, but you
Right.
can't stay here, right?
I would always tell everybody, I'm like, look, everybody looks better with the lights off. Okay, we're all you're all doing what you can and not go home alone tonight. I suggest you leave now because I'm turning the lights on, so you don't want to be found
Nice.
out. Head out. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Jen. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We'll see ya.
But is that true, Canuck? You're like unplugged. You're not like playing with anything. You're not like Snex going to like 50 billion market cap. You're not bullish right now.
Well, I mean, I'm bullish, but I'm trying to just like not let it consume my life like it has been for the past while. So I'm
How
just,
long you been in the space, Canuck?
what did I?
Three
like
and a
6
half, 4 years, right?
No, longer than that. Yeah, well,
5 years.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, just over 4 years, I think. Yeah, 20. Yeah, so it was 21.
So next time, are you going to come and turn your camera on?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to do that. You had to do that because of the whole Bangkok thing, but nope.
It was up to me. It was up to me. Oh, well, yeah. Man, well, I don't know. If I wanted to hang out with Jen, I had to dock. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, like, even when I went to go meet you, though, you still had your back towards me, so I didn't know. I just walked up to the group of guys that was standing there on the rooftop and was like, hello? Maybe?
So I'm sitting in the lobby of our hotel. She was at the hotel like across the street, and I'm sitting there waiting for a grab, like for my cab, and I like see this person walk through, and I'm like, I think maybe that was Jen. Did you just? She didn't see it right away, right?
I
And
did.
she's
I was
like,
on a
yeah.
mission. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was trying to get some
She was on a
shopping
mission.
in. I was shopping.
Yeah, she was on a mission, and then I had gotten my grab, so I didn't see her till later. And then you walked up, and man, meeting. I'm not rubbing this in, Canuck, but like meeting everybody, not meeting Jordy sucks. That would have been. I don't even have words for what that would be like meeting Jordy and you. We still got to figure that out. I think you and I will probably.
You guys
meet
haven't met yet?
one day. That's what I'm hoping. No, he's 25 hours away, like at least.
Oh.
But meeting everybody, Canuck, was insane. Like meeting Vlad and hanging out with Prince, and like it's just.
Yeah, it must have been pretty surreal at the beginning, eh? It must have just been like crazy talking to all these people and then putting a face to it it'd be weird at first, I think.
The first couple seconds were surreal, and then like it was like we weren't even like, so we were at like the rooftop bar, okay, and Soren's, they're drinking Coronas and they're sitting there and they're smoking, and vaping and whatever, and it was like after 2 minutes it was
super casual. Like everybody had known each other.
Weird.
Yeah.
It was so weird, man.
Well, I mean, you guys all had known each other for a while, but I felt like that, and I didn't know you guys for a long time.
Yeah, I guess the people don't change. It's just the profile of that person, the picture of the person basically in your mind changes.
Oh my God. Jay's still talking about GTA 6. This guy, man. Sorry.
I haven't been in the Cody chat in a while. He just recently bringing it up.
Yeah, I was just recently doing it. And guys, we just I know we're not talking about this, but we just hit 10 million transactions on V2. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Cody.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's great.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
10 million transactions, 500,000 blocks almost. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
fantastic.
too cheap. It's too cheap, man.
Okay, here's the thing. I think you said we're not talking about it. First of all, you still have V2 right there underneath Tracer. So
Tracer V2.
Okay. Well, nobody's buying it, but I think there's a difference too between having the entire call focused on that, with that as the purpose, and versus throwing some things out there. Obviously, you guys meet a milestone while we're on a call, like we would want you to announce it, right? Oh, look at how sweet you are. Just professing your love, just right here for everybody to see.
Come at me, bro. I'm ready.
We love you, Mark.
It's true. Everybody loves him. Yeah, no, it is really cool.
I haven't seen you bat your eyelashes, though. It is cool. It's very cool. It's like a scary eye roll. It's like Exorcist status. Don't do that to him.
What was that? His eyes rolled back.
Don't do that. Yeah, no. So that's what I mean. I think that you should tell us if there are certain milestones that you guys meet while we're on the call.
How are my godchildren, Canuck?
They had a good day.
Time for a care package.
That's why I was so late, is because I was hiding all their friggin' Easter eggs everywhere.
How old are they?
6 and 3.
So sweet.
That's
3.
awesome.
Oh man, really?
Yep.
3. Like, I get she's 6, but that's crazy, man. Wow.
Yeah, because when we first started hanging out talking online there, he wasn't even born.
Yeah. He shares a name with Mark, and I'm not going to say anymore, but yeah. My
Is
new
it Richard?
hero. No.
Who's Mark?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe you were trying to be like smooth by working in the Richard and the Richardson,
Nope.
I thought maybe Mark was going to be way too obvious, but
it is.
my head.
But I'm not going to say anymore.
Okay. All right. We don't need to, but 6 and 3 are amazing ages.
Do you have kids?
I have one. He's 12.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 3 was when we moved to Arizona, and that was amazing, an amazing time. And 6 was when we actually bought this house. So it was another fun one. But I mean, they're just fun ages,
Would it get any easier?
Well, you have 2. My son was always really easy though. Like, I got really, really lucky. Like, he's super easy. So I hear girls are harder than boys. And I believe that. I mean, I had to watch my poor parents with my little sister.
Teenage shit, probably, yeah. Once they get teenagers, girls will be tough.
Girls just have that little attitude,
Yep.
Yeah, girls for me were
Trust
easy.
me, we know.
Are you a sucker for her though? Is she a little daddy's girl?
Me?
The Canuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I didn't catch what Minnesota said it, so I thought you were talking to him.
Minnesota?
Yeah, 2 girls, 2 boys. The girls are easier for me as a dad. Were easier, just because I just daddy's girls.
Oh, I remember crying.
The girls couldn't do wrong. The boys did everything wrong.
I remember crying and once one of us cries, we all cry. And I remember my dad's like, "What? What's the matter?" We're like, "Nothing. We just want to cry. Sometimes we just need to cry, Dad." He's like, "It needs to fix it, you know?" I mean, it was so hard for him to understand. He had 3 girls. And then, I mean, my
Wow.
mom. So it was like the 4 of us girls in the house, my poor dad. But yeah, we all had, not me. I didn't actually have an attitude. I was like the bookworm, but my sister had the attitude for sure. But yeah, I hear boys are a lot easier.
Hmm.
Is your son easier?
No. Right now he's
No?
like going terrible 3s. They always say terrible 2s, but he was a sweetheart in his 2s. His
Yeah,
3s,
it's
oh my
really
god,
just
this
it's
guy's
the
crazy.
3s. Yeah. Minnesota, did your kids do the terrible 2s and 3s? Do you remember?
No, they were all good kids.
Yeah.
They had a
You know
good
what?
they have a good mom. So
You
that
know,
helps.
Canuck, when my son, it was one day that he had this like terrible, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I am not. And my mom said to get him in school. So he started school when he was maybe 2.5 or so, just socializing, you know, because he was an only kid, like an only child. And that solved the terribles for us, was sign language and socializing.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah. You having another glass there, Mark
Canuck,
Liver?
what are you drinking?
I was drinking margaritas. I made margaritas earlier,
Tequila, nice.
but I stopped and started smoking. And right before I came on here, I smoked, and I'm having a hard time following all this conversation.
Can you? Okay, I'll make it easy. Will you have a shot with me? It's been a while. We haven't done this for a while.
I'm in the basement and all my booze upstairs, and I do not want to walk.
Just do it.
What do you have though? Tequila?
Yeah.
What is that?
Hornitos
Hornitos
Añejo.
Black.
Oh, black?
Sí.
Is that what you call it?
Añejo. It's Añejo.
Mm.
Where's Pastor? He's our tequila expert.
Yeah, he's kind of disappeared.
Yeah, yes and no. So have a shot with me.
Yeah, I'm getting a shot.
I no, we got to drown her out because I heard that.
I was going to do movie night with my son still.
Yeah, no, I get it. You totally should. Should we have a shot before you go, Jen?
Should I go get a shot?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. You know why?
And then you can go.
You know why? Because it's the first episode.
Special.
Okay. You guys chit chat. I'll be back.
Okay, guys. Let's chit chat. Canuck, do you want to or what?
I got my bottle.
Nice. Let's do this. Well, we'll wait for Jen, I guess.
What's the next DJ move?
The next what?
The next DJ move.
Oh,
yeah, Canuck signals. Let's go.
Maxi on Cardano.
Maxi.
It's already kind of taken off, so. But I don't know. It could still have lots of room to run, but I haven't looked at it at all today, so it could have dumped out, but it was doing pretty well.
I thought Rogan was the next move on Cardano.
Oh, we're trying. Nobody's buying.
Trying real hard.
Cardanzo.
You know, I didn't know that story, Minnesota, until you like. I hadn't heard that. That's crypto and cocktails, isn't it? When we talked about that, must be.
Yeah, they just bag on it, you know. It was I think there's people in the public space that aren't into crypto that just don't know how to pronounce it.
So
Cardano?
Cardanzo.
Can we call it Cody, not Cody? It's not.
Guess
Cody.
it depends how you pronounce
I asked,
of.
is it Cody or is it Cody? Because I don't want to say
Cody.
it wrong.
Well, it's
okay,
so
here.
it's an acronym, so it depends on how you pronounce of, right?
Mine.
Like
I go back to
like Cuddy is right.
I go back to the
There's
founder.
only one
Whatever he
T.
says.
No, but like of the internet, currency of the internet, of. So how do you pronounce of? And if it's then it's Cuddy, right?
No.
It's not.
No,
It's
then
not
you
currency.
gotta take it to the T.
Of
I was
the
gonna say
internet.
because then it. Yeah, but the T is.
Then the T is a
not
th.
tough. Yeah.
So
You gotta take it to all the other letters.
I am way too high for this. Holy shit.
Wait a second. Since you're high, there was a really funny clip that I saw today of an interview from like Fox News or something. Something went down in Florida on a boat, and the guy that they were interviewing about it was high. And speaking of pastor, he was like, next thing I know, I'm on TikTok and my pastor's, asking me why I didn't do anything, and I'm 3 sheets something deep, and it was like seriously such a funny clip. Okay, here, I don't drink. This is the one.
Are you ready, Canuck?
Yes.
Are you ready, Canuck?
I am.
Here we go. 1.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm just drinking straight out of the bottle.
Wow.
Straight out of the bottle.
I didn't want to dirty a glass.
Last time I did that was Jaeger.
Wasn't ready for
Canuck
that.
lining them up on his stove top.
Yeah, that's his bar top, aka stove.
Well, I didn't have this set up, right? I didn't have the office in here with my new desk and everything. So now this can just be my bar top.
You are legit as shit now, eh?
Legit? I don't know.
Got your
I have a nice setup
dedicated
finally.
space.
Yeah.
You doxed yourself.
Did you see?
daughter.
Did I send you a picture of my old desk that I had?
Yeah, I saw it.
2005.
Are you gonna get like neon? You gonna get like neon lights and shit behind you now? And like,
Oh, okay. I gotta show you something.
oh boy,
Oh no.
Yeah. It's good.
you got a logo made.
No, I don't. So I need somebody to help me name this stupid thing that I do. But they gave us these. Oh, is it not gonna?
Oh, fun!
Oh yeah, I saw Soren had one of those.
Yeah.
Super influencer. See, I told you you're going. That's like you're all in.
We had
He's
we
a
had care
KOL.
bags. Like, oh, let's see. Wait, we gotta put my face in it. Then. Yeah. Anyways,
Man,
yeah.
you're a big deal, eh?
Not me. You could have been there.
Big deal.
You could have been there.
Can I tell a
All
funny
good.
story about my first desk?
Please.
You asked
Your
me
first
about
what?
how I started. Well, how I first started working at Bancor. I told you that Mark had reached
I heard
out.
an F syllable there. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Continue.
No more shots for you. I don't know what you were thinking. But
Okay, take it easy.
don't cut me off. No, so Mark reached out to me and asked if we could get on a call if I, what I was doing IRL and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, God, I don't want to take this call like sitting on my couch the way that I'm normally just like lounging my pajamas, like cryptoing. Like I'm not doing that. I'm going to have to set my extra bedroom up as a desk. And I decided to do a makeshift desk. And the side table that I used for my chair only had 3 legs. It was just the way, like the style of the chair, like the table. So I'm talking to Mark, and it's the first time I'm actually like face to face with him. I'd been part of the community. We'd had plenty of conversations. This was after I had interviewed him, and we've been in communication, but it wasn't face to face on a video call. Well, he asked me for something, and I went to go. I was like, "Yeah, hold on one second," and I went to go lean for it, and the 3 legs just And I wiped out so hard on this video call. And you just see me. You see me in the video just flat out, just fall over. And I'm cracking up. And I get back on the call and I was like, did you see that? And he's got this straight face. And I was like, did you see me? I just fell. And he's like, yeah, I did. Are you all right? And I'm like, I can't believe you're not laughing. I mean, it was absolutely hysterical. He felt so bad laughing, but honestly, I mean, it was the first time that I had met him and I just absolutely wiped out. Just boom, down. And you saw me going down in the video. Anyway, it was a good time. So that was my first desk.
Can we clip that? That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had like my initial call recorded so I could clip that and just put it like on repeat. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
All right, guys.
Good times.
Have a good night. Happy Easter.
Right.
Spend lots of good time with your family tomorrow.
Thank you.
You too, bud. Take care.
Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.
We'll see you.
Yeah. Monday, right?
Let's eat.
Yeah,
Let's eat
Monday.
White Castle one day. Monday.
Absolutely.
I've never had White Castle.
Gross.
I messaged you about Monday, Tracer.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Am I gonna have to go through
Nope.
my DMs now?
No,
Did
you
delete
didn't
it for
message
both of
me.
us?
You told Soren, and I heard about it. I'm playing
I
dumb
didn't
right now.
message you? Really?
I figured I wasn't invited.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Hey, just forward that message that you sent to me. Just, you know.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna search our history from Monday.
Try. Oh, the apology is going to be sweet.
Look on her face says it all.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's still tentative. So the reason that, well, one, I honestly thought that I did message you for real. So obviously you're invited. We got off the call and I sent you a message.
You did not.
Connect, this is how you felt when you were saying that it was like the...
Oh, man.
You know, I'm going to say bad things about you to Mark now.
No, don't. Because honestly, I'm going to work with Bancor one day, Carbon DeFi. It's going to be awesome. Jen's going to be my boss.
Dream job. What's your dream job?
What's my dream job?
Yeah, if you're gonna work with Bancor.
When I was a kid, well, hold on. Let's do this properly. When I was a kid, here's the full circle. Okay. When I was a kid, I had a dream of being on the radio. And when I was like
kind of have the voice.
7, and I turned that down. Like I can actually do like a full blown radio voice, but
we got to hear this.
You've heard it. I've done it for you.
I haven't heard it.
No way.
And I'm not sure anybody who's going to listen to this. No. Oh, wow.
And so me and my friend, we used to tape like cassette. We used to tape like radio shows. We had an AM station here called 58 CKY 580. And so we used to do like weather reports and the sports, and then we play like old songs and stuff. I still have some of them. I'm going to rip one of them one day and put it in like a reel with some of the stuff we've done. But so this is like, to me, this is like the metamorphosis, right? This is like the full circle. So, and I love doing ecosystem AMAs and chats and the I was going to say sponsored, but like the stuff that I do with Cody, like I love it. But these kinds of things that we're doing right now, if there was a way to do these, on a semi-regular basis, I would be super happy. Dream job with Bancor, working with Mark, going to conventions with Mark.
Like if they go golf, you could be his like bad boy.
Yeah, I'll be his bodyguard.
The way that your eyes lit up. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll be his bad boy.
I would.
Canuck, I don't know if you heard about this, but I mean, he's just like enamored by Mark, who is the Bancor project lead, because he's super, super smart and
Wait,
very like
he hugged
easygoing.
me.
And
He hugged me live on stream during the live in Bangkok, and I was like, whew, I gotta like reel it in here. No, but
you got a little crush, bud.
No, it's just, you know what, man, like meeting everybody, you know, and then these two from Bangkok, like they've been so like you guys have done, like you and Mark have done more to amplify my efforts than some of the other people that I work with. So that's one thing. You know what I mean? So it's just it's very special, right? And the ride in the tuk-tuk, I already told you. You're like, yeah, whatever. No, that was actually like an important thing for me. It was just like unreal. It was just, you know, it was like
I would have
5 years
never
ago.
known that you refused to actually get in one, because when Mark got one and he's like, "Come on, you coming?" You're like, "Yeah."
Okay. Sure, Mark.
It wasn't until after that you were like, "I refused to ride in one the entire time." Like, I had
Well,
no
it's just
idea.
like whatever. Like why? Like it's more expensive, you know, like whatever. And then I just like I agree with Mark. It's like everybody's trying to like, so I was there, like everybody's trying to get the best price and whatever. So I'm like trying to like be on board with it. And I'm like, Mark, it's like, if I want to go, it's just like, yeah, whatever, 300, 400 baht. Like, I don't care. Let's go.
And
You know,
the
and
difference, mind you, between 300 and 400 baht is $3.
$4. Yeah.
$3. It's, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
four
four
Canadian.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
4 Canadian.
So $3 US, and like we're haggling over it, and I'm like, okay, it's fine.
My goal was just to go with you guys and not my guys. So I worked out.
You just said that on video.
But you've
been hanging out with your guys though for, you know, I mean, you guys did everything together while you were there, right?
I'm still upset that we didn't go to, like, Mark promised me the original birthplace of Pad Thai. So we need to go back to
that's
Bangkok.
right. I heard that. Yeah, I can be your witness.
Canuck, are you still thinking, scared to ask you this, are you still thinking of going to Consensus?
Oh.
When is it?
May?
I think it's May 25th, 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
The plan was for us both to go if, you know, markets were gone crazy, but it's the opposite. So no, I am not going to be going.
One day we're going to go to Consensus Toronto. We're going to rent an Airbnb and maybe we'll show up at the convention. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's my plan. Because meeting the people in Bangkok, I know we talk about a lot of this, but like not meeting Jordy, not meeting you, even meeting Lottie would be awesome. But like not meeting Steph, dude, I love that guy.
Yeah,
so
Steph's
there's
pretty
a lot
awesome.
there's a lot more people that I need to meet. You're one of them. People can't understand why we haven't met yet, because we live in the same country.
Hey.
I know. The biggest country in the world.
In the same country?
So we live province to province. We live in adjacent provinces, but the gap between us is 25 hours to drive. So even though we have a whole bunch of provinces, right? Like,
yeah, but don't you both have local airports, or it would take like an hour to fly?
3 hours, Canuck, to Toronto? 2 hours? 225?
Probably something like that. Yeah, maybe 2 hours, 2.5. Yeah, we just have never planned it.
What I want us to do is go to the Dominican or Mexico or something like that and meet there. We got to do that. We need a bull market, right? Like we need Sneck to go to $1.
I'll plan something in Mexico if you guys want to go to the little dirt beach town I was telling you about earlier.
Can we do that?
What?
I'm down. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
And there's still a visa.
Oh yeah, Ibiza 2020. It keeps getting delayed. It's 2026 now, maybe.
What was it originally?
2020.
20
What was it? 2020?
Ibiza 2020.
It's true. It's true. It's true. We super cycled ourselves into poverty. Oh man. Diamond hands doesn't always work out, bro.
That's such a
One day.
meme. It's such a meme. No, I fell into that meme. I fell into every meme when I first joined the space. 2020, and I first heard about crypto Twitter, and I was like looking through my feed or looking, seeing what everybody was saying, and I saw that it's happening tonight meme. And I literally responded. I was like, what's happening tonight? Like, what's the news? And then I just threw everything I had to throw into crypto because whatever it was happening tonight. And I'll be damned if I'm going to miss that. And then I realized it was the meme. And that was fine. But the diamond hands, the paper hands and all of that. I mean, yeah. Meanwhile, you're just exit liquidity. So I decided not this cycle.
I got 2% left on my phone.
Okay, well we're with you until you die, bro.
Special.
Yep.
Right?
You guys will die with my phone, and so will I.
I'm very glad you came, man.
Kind
I
of
gotta be
morbid.
honest. I was a little bit irritated that you didn't show up.
Sorry, man. I
He
was
knows
hiding
you
Easter
too
eggs.
well. This is why he showed up, because he knew you was gonna you were gonna get shit from him. So
It would have been bad. Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
bad. It would have been me rage quitting our chat, probably.
Oh, that was a fun day.
We've all done that. You've done it.
Yeah, but mine was the only one that was legitimate.
What do you mean? Why? How does that work?
I don't know. I don't even
You are one of
remember all
those.
the stories. Don't worry, that wasn't a toilet.
You want to do
You don't
one
care.
more?
Not me.
Actually, what I'm doing is I spilt my bottle. Now I'm rinsing it off.
Oh no.
So
That's unfortunate.
Canuck lives in a beautiful home with a beautiful outdoor patio pool area.
Says the fake pictures that I sent him.
Yeah, right.
What?
Canuck's pretty awesome. He has a beautiful family. He's a pretty cool dude. I was sad to lose him, honestly. I'm glad he's still a friend. Ish. He says my jokes don't land. I'll never forgive him.
They don't.
I'm funny. I'm funny. I tell people all the time I'm funny.
I do the same thing. I tell my son all the time. I'm like, I am funny. He's like, no, you are, Mom. You're really funny.
I'm like,
and I was like, thank you.
I'm punching something into Twitter. I'm like, oh, dead phone.
2%. Yeah.
I think I'm hilarious.
Personally. I think you're funny.
Thank you. I think you're funny too. That's why you're here.
Thank you.
So you won't do one more with me?
Hobbsy.
Pardon?
A Hobbsy.
Halfsy?
Like a Hobbsy.
Okay.
You're judging me.
So you got to go, I guess, eh?
I
guess you got to go soon. Right
yeah.
Away.
How
So
about this is our sign? How about our sign off? Should we do that?
Okay.
Should we wait for it?
I will say that I remember our it was a Cody Confidential stream where we did the laptop, and then I came over to the Vancouver booth, and then we sat down, we did the laptop thing. Do you want to?
Yes.
Hey Jen, do you want to talk into the box? I watched a little bit of that today, and this is perfect. I'm so happy that you accepted my invite. So the best I've found over the years, the best way to do this is to ask people live so that they can't, like backpedal, right? Okay. So when can we do the next one? And I'm not talking date here, but I'm talking like 2 weeks, a month, like what's going to work for you?
I honestly thought we were doing this every Saturday.
That would be amazing.
I thought that's what you said.
I would love to. I would love to. You know, I know that the summer is going to get a little bit crazy for everybody and we'll have to dial it back a bit. But if we could do it again next Saturday, I think that would be awesome. I really want to build this into a more regular thing. I love this format. I love the people. And I think, you know, when you bring consistency to a brand, whatever it is,
100%.
Yeah. So yeah. And I think, you know, depending on what's going on, I think we should mess around with the time a little bit. Sometimes, you know, maybe we can move it a little earlier or later or whatever you want to do. But so let's do one again next week.
More or less around the same time on Saturdays. Right?
Perfect.
Give or take whatever it happens to be. We might be a little bit earlier this week. We might be a little bit later this week or whatever it happens to be. But right?
I think it's awesome that the first one ended up on the Easter weekend. So we're committed.
Oh, it is true. It is Easter weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that when we first did this. So
this is why I was debating the Monday, by the way.
Because Easter Monday?
I guess. Easter Monday. I guess you could tell I don't celebrate. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's Easter. Like tomorrow's Easter. Easter Monday.
Sunday is always the big thing for my family. Like Easter Sunday, Christmas Eve. Those are like always the big things for us. So
yeah.
When I was a kid, it was like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, like it never ended. But you know, now things are a little bit different, right? So
like my son gets 8 nights of Hanukkah, then he gets a little something on Christmas, so he doesn't feel left out. And then his birthday is right after that. So we just celebrate from like whenever Hanukkah starts in December all the way through like the first week of January. By like out of default. It's not even like I try to, but it kind of just turns in that way. And then we have family that comes in out of town. So it's like we celebrate the holidays and then someone comes in town. So it's like we wind up celebrating again because you want to celebrate with them also. So yeah. Okay. Is this it? This is our sign off? Yeah? It's a vibe.
I did not expect you to have, I didn't expect to have you this long. So thank you for staying this long. This was a special episode for me.
Minnesota's still with us. He's saying mac and cheese.
I haven't even
in the comments.
Attention.
Okay, well, this has been great. Thank you.
And hey, meeting you guys both in Bangkok was another highlight. So thank you so much. So I raise my glass to you.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
And you heard it, guys. We're going to do it again next week. So we'll probably post that up right away. And I had a lot of fun tonight. And let's do it again very soon. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Stories wild from old to new. No rules here, just me and you. Crypto and cocktails under the sky. Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. NFTs and blockchain spin the tale. Riding waves or a moonlit sail. Decoding chaos with a drunken cheer. Friends that matter always near. Raise your glass to the highs and lows. To whisper truths that nobody knows. crypto and cocktails under the sky. Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. Shake the vodka, stir the gin. Count your gains before they thin. Life and crypto, they're intertwined.
Thank you for joining us tonight, guys, and we'll see you next week. From coast to coast and around the world, this is Crypto and Cocktails, signing off.
Laugh about the markets as the night rolls by. Sip on secrets hidden and bold. Life's a gamble, a story untold. Shake the vodka, stir the gin. Count your gains before they thin. Life in crypto, they